Hey there, I'm Anna. Welcome to my channel. Here I would like to talk a little and answer the most common questions that people new to yoga start asking once they want to get into yoga, once they want to start practicing, or even before that, when they start just researching or asking around about what is yoga and whether it's suitable for them. So to answer first question, what is yoga? This video will never be enough. Yoga consists of so many different aspects, physical and mental, that needs much more time and learning to answer. Plus, it is my belief that yoga can mean different things for everybody. Well, first of all, it's not only the exercise, as people like to call it. Set of asanas or a sequence of asanas people perform in yoga classes are just one of few aspects of yoga. It includes conscious living, it includes breathing exercises, breathing practices, meditation, being kind. So yoga can be practiced off the mat all the time. Therefore, you can find the aspect of yoga that fits you, and you can practice yoga without even stepping on your mat. Second question, who can practice yoga? The answer is everybody. Every person on earth can find something in yoga that fits himself or herself. Here comes common saying. It's not even a question, it's mostly statement. I cannot practice yoga because I'm not flexible. It is like saying, I'm not gonna go take driving lessons because I don't know how to drive. You do take driving classes to learn how to drive. Same here, you will take or you do take yoga classes. You practice yoga to become flexible. Doesn't mean physically flexible, to become flexible in your daily life, to become flexible in your mind, because usually people start practicing with asanas, start physical practice first, and through learning of being flexible, of control yourself, of being in charge of how you feel, automatically people start using it in their lives. And after some time just practicing asana practice, physical practice, practicing postures or breathing in the postures, people start noticing the change. They start being calm. They start control their reactions on the situations in their life. Here it is, everyone can practice yoga. And if we're talking about styles of yoga, here comes the next question. Which style of, let's take physical practice, will fit you? Here you will want to do some research. You might want to try different classes before you find the one you like, because there is no much of explanation Google will give you that will make you actually feel or understand what works for you. Talking about most common styles of yoga that you will see in the schedule of yoga studios, there is Hatha yoga, there is Vinyasa yoga, there is something called flow, there is Ashtanga Vinyasa. There are so many more, but I'm just gonna talk about most common ones you will see in the schedule of a studio. Hatha yoga, for example, usually means slower practice. Each posture is usually held for around 10 breaths, more or less, and you just learn to breathe and feel comfortable in each and every posture. If we take Vinyasa yoga, it's a tricky question because in different styles of yoga, Vinyasa means a little bit of different things. So first of all, Vinyasa means one breath, one movement, linking the breath with the movement, which will mean a little more dynamic practice than Hatha. In Vinyasa, you constantly move. If we take Ashtanga Vinyasa, for example, the term Vinyasa there means a little different thing. Well, first of all, Ashtanga Vinyasa yoga is a set sequence of postures. Like, what does it mean? It means that The amount of postures and the postures themselves go in the same order all the time, every time you practice. Well, in Ashtanga Vinyasa, Vinyasa will mean the link of three postures: Chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. In the seated part of the sequence, between each posture you take a Vinyasa. Yeah, so it's not only you just start doing whatever posture and linking the breath. Often you will see the word flow following the style of yoga: Hatha flow, Vinyasa flow. What does it mean? Well, it means that the postures are linked in a more fluid way. So not only like in Vinyasa, one breath, one posture, constant movement. Vinyasa flow would mean that it's pretty much like dancing. One posture will come from another one and logically lead to the next one, and you'll be continuously moving throughout the practice. In Hatha flow, that would mean pretty much the same, but with longer holding of each posture. Next question would be, what is the best time to practice yoga? This question is very individual. For different people, different times would be more suitable. For me personally, I prefer practicing in the afternoon. However, as I said, it's different for everybody. And of course, there will be certain postures you would rather do in the morning and not in the evening, and vice versa. I'm no nutritionist, but just to give you a little bit of an idea about eating, I'm not gonna tell you what to eat, not at all. Just if you're going to practice, as much as if you're going to do any physical exercise, you would want to refrain from eating approximately 2 hours ahead. So if you have your practice around 5 p.m., you would want to finish your meal by 3:30 tops. If it's a heavy meal, better to have longer time before you practice. After practice, you can wait around half an hour before starting your next meal. Water. So usually you will see people in the studio or practicing elsewhere having a bottle standing next to the mat. I'm not supporting this idea. So please drink water before the practice. You can drink water after the practice, but drinking water during the practice works against the idea of practicing. I'll tell you why. Each and every yoga class is usually designed that you build up the heat in your body. So you always start with warm up, and then you proceed, you progress in your practice further and further, having the peak posture, let's call it, somewhere in the middle or towards the end of the class, and then you have a cool down. So you're warming up your body, you're building that heat inside, and then you just take a sip of cold water, and half of that heat that you built just goes away because you had a cold water running through your body. So it pretty much works against that heat. Why is this important? We warm up to prevent the injuries. We don't want to start doing splits or handstanding or doing any, let's call it, advanced posture without any kind of warm-up, because this may lead to an injury, to hurting yourself. So building up that heat is very important. So having that sip of water just kind of setting you back on that path of warming up your body, preventing the injury, building up step by step your practice. I hope these answers will clarify a little bit for you if you're planning to start yoga, or if you already started but have still few things that are unclear. And please, I would love to help you more. So any other questions you might have, just comment them below and I will be making more of these videos. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste.